Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus, dailies, and all that. We had a catastrophic failure yesterday. We moved like 4 spots back on the leaderboard. Average score of 4.06 percentile. Yesterday, 20.82 percentile. It's a catastrophic failure, but that run was garbage. Need I read you the Reddit comments again? This daily makes me never want to do dailies again. I would rather have Isaac's Heart and Ipecac than ever play this. But let's let bygones be bygones. We did really bad yesterday. We're still on the top 100 leaderboard. Unlike some people. Sinvicta. Okay, so today it looks like we're Isaac. And we go to Mom's Heart, if Greedbutt is to be believed. At least the existence of the D6 gives us a way forward. So what was the seam on yesterday's daily? Well, to be honest with you, whoops, bad start. To be honest with you, there wasn't really a seam, so to speak. There was Cricket's head. Remember, just before we went into the boss room on the very first floor, there were 2 chests surrounded by spikes. If you opened the top chest, it opened into a golden chest. If you had a key to open that chest, you got Cricket's head. If you did that without knowing that it was there in advance, more power to you. You're a god. I'm not suspicious of that at all. It's a really normal series of events to deliberately take damage on the first floor to open a regular chest that happens to have a golden chest, which happens to have Cricket's head inside of it. Not that I'm bitter or anything like that. Let's go find our item room first here. Then, if you went really, really fast, you could possibly have a chance to make boss rush. But there was like, you know, you were... I think we're going to reroll Continuum. Battery charge, please. Battery charge, please. Even still, it was one of those dailies where like a few points made an outrageous difference. Like if you beat me by like 2,000 points, you were like 18% ahead of me on the leaderboards, which is pretty crazy. But I respect the right of a daily like that to exist, even though I thought yesterday's was garbage. And I'm hopeful that today's is going to be a little bit better, although really we only have Whipworm so far. Which is my own fault. We could have had Continuum, but I actually, for the most part, I don't consider Continuum that good. Or that zany, for that matter, but... You know, you gotta choose your Zanes. Some Zanes are Billy Zanes, and some Zanes are Zayn Malik. Look, that's basically pandering. I don't know anything about Billy Zane except for Titanic and Zoolander. And I don't know anything about Zayn Malik except for the fact that he's in One Direction. Have we crossed the One Direction threshold yet, by the way? Is there another band that enlightened 17-year-olds hate now? Because definitely when I was, you know, still in my infancy on YouTube, it was like, yeah, it's like One Direction. It sucks! And I think now maybe we've reached that point that we're like 5 or 6 years later, maybe they're remembered with like a little bit of fondness. Like certainly in 2003... nobody was crying for the Backstreet Boys, but then in 2008, people were like, oh shit, Backstreet Boys reunion tour. I'm not sure if it's ironic or otherwise, but, like, I'm in. I wasn't in. Those tickets were expensive. But you get the idea. Now, Dead Bird. Dead Bird, in my opinion, not worth worrying about right now. We may want to use a reroll. Poker chip, huh? I kind of like Whipworm. Because Whipworm gives us something. Mostly enhanced range. Whereas I'm pretty sure that poker chip gives us nothing. Except it does allow us to go pop, 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 poker chip, pop, pop, poker chip. And you know, there's some value in that. Really, humor is priceless, so... and sometimes tasteless, I suppose. Where you at, son? Oh, don't get dusted. We're so close to greatness. Key? No key. Maybe a key. There's a key. Okay, what do you do with the key? I think we should be shrewd individuals and go here. There is restock and a battery charge. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna fight the boss, but this scares me. Restock is so fucking good that I feel like I have to go for it. Just don't get hit against Larry J, dude. Oh! I'm not seeing the board that well. There's some days you just feel like switched on in Isaac. This is not one of those days. I don't know why. And hopefully we'll improve as time goes on. Maybe, you never know, you know, you just get a weird night's sleep or something like that, all of a sudden your Isaac skill goes down the shitter. Either way, with only 2 of these Larry Juniors, we should be fine now, as long as this guy doesn't, like, reverse direction in a heartbeat. Gotta look at the Larry Jr. pathfinding algorithm. It's gotta, if you stand directly behind him, he never turns around. No, I don't think that's astute. So we definitely do want Squeezy. We definitely do want the Spirit Hearts. Let's see what we got going on in here. That was good. Like, actually good. So this is tough, but I don't know. Like, do we want to get closer to Bookworm? I actually think Little Delirium is okay. So I think we'll take that, get closer to Bookworm, even though it's not worth that much. Reroll this, it becomes Abaddon. I'm stoked. Damage is looking pretty good. Because what I was thinking originally in here is we could go buy a Spirit Heart and a battery charge. We get a reroll on Deadbird, and then we get a reroll on something else. Probably the either what results from Deadbird or a reroll on what was on our deal with the devil. Instead, we decided, let's go with trying to man mode the boss fight. That thankfully worked out, and I actually think that we're pretty stoked about it. I mean, to be honest with you, the fact that we got Abaddon means that we really did not pay for Necronomicon. We would have taken Abaddon either way. So the fact that we got Necronomicon, and it was a little bit of a dubious deal, was actually not that bad. Now we have a Strength card, which is not relevant. Of course we will check this. Exploration bonus is important, but then beyond that, maybe some kind of valuable consumable, and that is a valuable consumable. Now we just need to find... There's 2 steps here. Find your secret room, and hope your secret room contains at least a few cents, and then buy restock, and we're off to the races. I don't know about that yet. I mean, Judas' Shadow, obviously not bad. That would have found it. That would have found it. It's the only reasonable explanation. Would it have found it? Did I just fuck this up royally? Yeah, it would have found it. Okay, I mean, we're starting to get a little tight on time here. I was thinking the other thing we could do is buy a key, pick up poker chip. Okay. Crap. Yeah, okay, we don't need to buy a key. We could pick up poker chip, and then hope that we get a huge haul out of this golden chest right here. I'm willing to give it a shot if you are. Shit. Okay. Well, because we're going to Mom's Heart, we might want to play a self-sacrifice room, at which point respawn items would be very valuable. So we will take that, and you know, in here we're just going to say goodbye, basically. Maybe we'll... Oh, but there was a... Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's not your fault. It is my fault. It's not that consequential, though. We basically have to leave right now. We could have gotten restock, but there's no hush fight. Still, though, if we got in a Steam sale, it could have been worth a lot. I think we just check this immediately. Because we no longer can afford the luxury of taking a while here. So we got Lemon Party and Strength. We'll take Strength, I suppose. The good news is we're actually way slower on where we stand right now than we were on yesterday's run. But like 9 million times faster in terms of the rate at which we're traveling. Like, I can't even remember. I think it was like 12 minutes by the time we left the Caves 1 on the last run, which was very, very silly. And I think we've done fine here. I think I might have done a bad job of accurately representing... Yeah, I'm gonna use my bomb here. I might have done a bad job of accurately representing restock on a run like this. I think it's very good, but I don't think it's the difference between, like, you know, 55,000 points and 30,000 points. It's not like failing to get, like, a Brimstone or a, you know, a well-intentioned Sackboy or something like that. It's just, it would have been nice if the stars aligned. So we have a reroll. We now have piercing shots, and our shot speed is actually awesome because of whipworms. So we actually are feeling very intelligent, or at least redeemed, or vindicated. I am selfless, I am wrong. I don't remember the rest of the song from Spider-Man 2, except that, you know, they say hope dangles on a string like slow spinning redemption, and you're like, that's like a Spider-Man. A Spider-Man dangles on a string too. They picked the perfect song for this movie soundtrack. Well, technically it's not a string, it's a synthetic web, but... Okay, synth oil. We should have taken our strength card in here. But we actually don't want the nail. We just want Little Brim. Got Emperor. There is a Tinted Rock. But with one bomb, instead of getting a Tinted Rock, even if we do get Small Rock, we might prefer to get the 2 stone chests out of our boss trap room first. And we do also have an Isaac's room, which with a strength card could mean 1 free item. Our key, honestly, I feel like we use it for a golden chest instead of going to the shop right now. But that actually could change. That feels like a secret room, by the way. Although there's a couple of different possible outcomes here. We're, again, basically ahead of schedule, so let's come back. I think you start by using 1 bomb right here. Okay, that's a bit of a waste. And we get Curved Horn. At the cost of Whipworm, it's not as easy as you might think, but I think we'd probably still take Curved Horn. And our range is worse. I don't think there's any doubt about that, but still pretty good. I am going to open these because I want 1 more bomb, even at the cost of 2 keys, which is not insignificant. Why do I want 1 more bomb? Because it allows us to go into Isaac's room and to also blow up what could give us the chance to get a black market. Obviously, you take a little snooze. That's 2 bombs for 3 spirit hearts, which is a great deal, especially if you ever want to play self-sacrifice rooms, which is, I would say, plausible. We get a crawl space, which I'm now hoping has, like, more than a single penny. Well, okay, even actually 1 single penny is fine. There might have been 2 in there, because I was at 14 cents before. Now we can go to our shop and feel good about it. Well, that is not going to be our secret room. Do I care about the secret room is the genuine question now. I think you reroll. I think you just go, honestly. And then I know, again, we're tied for time. Oh, you know what? Just pop it here. Get Small Rock. That's fine. I know, again, we're tied for time. We're lucky. Sure, there you go. Okay, now we have to go back, but it's worth it. I know we're tied for time, but we're lucky. We have a lot of damage and a lot of pace. We have an Emperor card. If things get really, really tight, we can pop this Emperor card and book it. But for now, this is actually a great start. And even though the only damage we took that I'm not proud of is that first hit on the very first room where I was complaining about yesterday's daily. I think officially now I've put that behind us. And we missed restock, which is a major mistake. But in terms of, like, score today, I think we gotta be up there. And honestly, Mom's Purse plus Whipworm plus Dead Onion plus Curved Horn is a combination that was highly specific. I don't think a lot of... That was bad damage, but I don't think a lot of people are gonna have that going on. So we should be pretty happy with it, I think. We've got very high damage piercing shots. So just, you know, don't sweat a little bit of damage here and there. Just keep yourself going strong. We should never have done that. I hate this room to this day, though. The problem with Wishbone is that, what does it replace, right? First off, also, what does it do? It's one of those ones that, like, maybe gives you items after you get hit. I can't recall, but feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Not bad. In fact, maybe even a step above not bad. When we're talking about, that was close. A deal with the devil, in which I, well, not a deal with the devil, sorry, a blood bank in which I might not be able to play. Sure. It's a compromise for time, but I really like it. I do like the attack fly, especially, you know, if we end up using invincibility, which I will say is probably looking increasingly unlikely by this point. If we end up using invincibility, it's worth something. If we end up getting Beelzebub, it's worth a ton. This would be a great time for another deal. We did not get one. We've been to our item room, have not been to our shop. I think we should book it. This floor, I mean, we can sacrifice like 200 points to be back on schedule for boss rush. And to be honest with you, I think we're either sacrificing those points on this floor or the next floor, or we're not making boss rush. So I think we made a decent decision there. So then what's the point of the Emperor card? It's a get out of jail free, basically. If things are looking real nasty, we can always pop this and get somewhere. If we're gonna die on boss rush and we've already used our Dark Judas respawn somehow, we can pop it. We could use it to get out of there without taking a hit, I suppose. Which actually might be a surprisingly viable option. Especially because we've got a reroll ready. I think I'm gonna do it, actually. Because we have a reroll ready, and because our deal with the devil is possibly happening, like, right now, you should be dead, like, 1,000 times over. Shoot, coward, you're only gonna hit a man with your weird vaginal lasers. Okay, Torn Photo is a beautiful item, of course. And then in here, well, you gotta take 9 lives. And then you reroll Dark Prince's Crown because it's garbage, and then you take Death's Touch. Alright. I do think that worked out. We are looking for a key to go back there, and the backtracking is obviously gonna slow us down. But I don't think it's gonna slow us down enough to make that a bad play. Also, we now have, like, 18 different ways of piercing shots, and the shots have ridiculous range, and they go through enemies, and they do a lot of damage, so a decent play on our behalf, I think. I'm basically using Little Delirium as if it's Little Brim, because we have Little Brim. And then when we get a second Little Brim, it's like the icing on the cake. There's another of you. There we go. I don't really care about money as long as we're above 5 cents. Just so we can have a chance to see an arcade on the next floor. And then in here, ooh, we get the D20, which is a breaking item, and I never use it. Instead, we'll pay 7 points to take GB Bug, which is substantially worse, but more fitting with my playstyle, because I can hold on to the D6 at least, which is a lovely item. So, my last play on this floor is gonna be to hopefully find the secret room, like right here, and also get a good tarot card and also get this key. Well, 1 out of 3 is bad, Meatloaf. 1 out of 3 is bad. Also, you know, peep this room. I think we should go for it. We're 2 items away from becoming Guppy. You gotta try for it, though. Especially because it's gonna be fast regardless. And then we can probably leave. Maybe we'll try to pick up a little bit of the, you know, detritus as we get a little closer here. But, you know, I'm looking at our points, and our consumables are actually garbage. I'm gonna leave that penny behind because I'm not sure it's worth the time. Oh, this will be Bookworm if we get it. Nice. So that ended up being worth it. And we're 2 rooms away from having a reroll, but I think you just go. You know, Boss Rush is way more valuable at this point. We would also probably start to think about, okay. We'd also probably start to think about our dads at this point. No, that's a Rob and Austin joke that, I mean, I've watched some Tim and Eric, but I don't think I've seen that episode, and as a result, I find myself bereft of the shared experience, which leads to humor. Which is a very analytical way of looking at it, I suppose. Probably not a secret room, but you should check regardless. And reroll Mom's Eye is not necessarily good, but sure. Yeah, I mean, in terms of our consumable bonus here, we're in a tight spot. We should start to think about finding ways, if possible, and it might not be possible, to get around that. The other alternative, or the other thing, the other spectrum we're thinking about right now is, what should we do for teleporting? Because we do want to... I'm not re-rolling this run, so don't even try it, buddy. We're not guaranteed to get past Mom's Heart. So we need a shovel. We need a self-sacrifice room on the Womb 1 or Womb 2. Or on this floor, but we're going to do Boss Rush to get that point bonus. Rather than, you know, taking the easy A here. Where A stands for exit. It's misspelled, apparently. You know, emergency exit. Do we need to go fast? No, but yes. We can't afford a dilly-daddle, and we really hit what I would describe as a prodigious dead end. You know, a mob trap room, a mini-boss fight, a double key room that had some enemy spawns in it. It was a little on the slow side, and that's totally fine, except that we need to kind of haul ass from this point on. Counterfeit Penny is not necessarily... Well, I mean, it's not even... Not Counterfeit Penny, sorry, Store Credit. It's not even not necessarily bad, it's just not bad. However, it's a long trip to go back and replace it with the trinket, and we definitely want to replace it after we use it. And this is assuming we don't fight greed regardless, which is possible. And everything's half price anyway. Not everything. Take this. Pop it. Placebo. It's garbage. We don't have a reroll. Just get a move on. You know, we wasted 15 cents. Life goes on as far as I'm concerned. Easily gonna make it through Boss Rush. Definitely had time to go back and get Counterfeit Penny. But, you know, there's something to be said for peace of mind, you know? No Deal with the Devil might actually be an okay thing here. And we get Pisces, or Key Beggar, or Little Loki, or Unicorn Horn. Wow. I think I'll take... I mean, Little Loki, maybe, but I think I'll take Pisces. Tears Up, at least. I was also thinking that maybe we actually take Unicorn Horn. Not actually for invincibility, but so that we have a reroll sync. Come on. Was he afraid thanks to Abaddon Tears? I think he was. Because we could have had an active item to reroll, but I guess, you know, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. You know, famous zany Isaac player. Famous is probably the most ridiculous part of that sentence. Northernlion. Hilarious for his noteworthy catchphrases like, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and don't look a gift horse in the mouth. No, the daily is just, it's a different breed, you know? I hate these enemies who are annoying. I mean, that's an obvious sentence, but the biggest annoyance for us right now is these enemies who are underground and unhittable for, like, their entire lifespan. Nice dodge. Hopefully we don't have to get around too many more of those. We're looking for, and we actually got what we're looking for, in stark contrast to the U2 song of a very similar name. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. We have found what we're looking for, and the streets do have names. We live in a civilized part of the world here. Anyway, I've talked about it for so long that it no longer applies, but I had Incubus with Little Delirium, which I think is like Incubus and Little Brim are the big payouts there. So there's two very bad bits of damage there. I got trapped behind a rock that I didn't think was actually a rock. But that's still okay. See, that's like my ideal boss fight right there. And for now, I mean, I think this is very competitive. This is where we normally leave Boss Rush at. Well, on a good run, we normally leave Boss Rush at around this time. Thank you, Infamy. Got lucky there to not get hit. I mean, Infamy is just doing its job, I suppose, but, you know, the job is very important for us. This is the reason we picked it up without a moment's hesitation. So thank you for being a friend down the road and back again. Still not completely sold on the fear shot from Abaddon. It is nice to push enemies away. It's always annoying, though, when they jump and then they land, like, right beside you because they've got unpredictable effects. We got Pestilence up here. Still got a couple of poops from the last wave as well. Dude, something's got to be getting hit here. Our range is like just... Dude, the shots just die. With Whipworm and Dead Onion, they don't like sink. They're just gone from this world. Who else is here? It's another underground enemy. Try going around the other direction. There we go. Dude, it's the fear shot, man. Don't you disappear on me. There we go. So we'll probably be out of here pretty shortly. Just watch out for beams. Oh, it's the gate. We'll probably be out of here pretty shortly. Not too much more time on boss rush, which is good. There's no hush fight, so essentially we're off the clock now. What are we looking for? Shovel is a big one. Awaz rune would help us get past Mom's heart. So a rune bag if possible, but I don't know how we're gonna make that happen. It does feel like the loss of restock could cost us here. Just in case, I mean, rune bag can't show up on the shop, but you could see like restock chaos somehow existing. And then you can get Rune Bag. Rune Bag is like, it's like an 8 out of 10 on non-dailies, and then a 10 out of 10 on dailies. Not quite as bad as the Shovel, which is like a 2 out of 10 on non-dailies, with a little bit of novelty associated with it. And then on dailies, it's like compulsory. You kidding me? There we go. Oh my god. We're done. What do we get? D7. Get out of here. Lead pencil. That's a good item. I like it. No tinted rocks that I can see. We should be around like 20,353. I think that's in keeping with where we'd expect to be, honestly. That's pretty good. So we are now facing the classic daily conundrum. What do you do when you're a floor before the end of the run if you find a self-sacrifice room? I think I would probably take it. I've been burned, you know, one too many times. The problem, though, is if you take it... Well, I guess there's 3 possible outcomes, right? You could take it, or you could not take it. And then in the not take it side, it could give you a way to get past the next floor, or it could not give you a way to get past the next floor. So, you can make the right decision, or you can make some variation on the wrong decision. Still, though, I think the consequence for, like, leaving a genuine teleport behind, even if there's a little bit left on the table, is too high. I don't know, I don't really want to spend 2 spirit hearts going to our curse room right now, which I understand is not a very zany approach, but, you know, I'm doing it to preserve the zaniness of hurting myself 12 times to teleport to a floor that annoys me. So, I think that there's some inherent zane there, hopefully. I hate this room, dude. Yep, there you go. Probably, like, my actual nomination, or nominee, for most guaranteed damage. It's like that and the, well, especially if you can't fly, but it's like that room and... Ooh, I think we gotta peep it. That room and then 3 spikes, 3 buttons. I hate that room. We gotta find a way to make that work, because we spent a bomb and a key to get nothing. The keys are not the issue. I mean, I appreciate the keys, don't get me wrong. Alicia Keys tried to talk some sense in him. 30 minutes later, sees there's no convincing him. What more could you ask for, the international asshole? Who complains about when he gets old and throw a tantrum like he is 3 years old. You gotta love it, though. Somebody still speaks from this soul. Okay, good. Dividends. Keep paying out. Oh, I hate that. Okay. Well, I mean, the ideal outcome for us is really that we just get a self-sacrifice room on the next floor, and, you know, everything is copacetic. That would take a lot of the guesswork out of it. Pajamas is a lot of Spirit Hearts? Yeah, it's enough Spirit Hearts to make me feel a little bit more confident. We gotta go for the Guppy Dream. Puts us in permanent Polaroid invincibility as well. And that's not the Guppy Dream, that's Plan C. Probably in the running for one of the least useful items in the game. Not to be negative, I'm just calling it like I see it. I picked up lead pencil and said this item's great. I have a good time with it, it's fun. Plan C, on the other hand, you know, you've watched me recently, assuming these episodes have gone up in time, I guess, but you've watched me use glass cannon. Of all items, you've watched me use glass cannon. It's got such a narrow usage strategy, it's almost incomprehensible that glass cannon could ever be the proper choice. But for a little bit, it was. Plan C one day may aspire to hit that same high, but I do not know. Alright, so we gained, like, you know, 1,200 points, something like that on this floor. We got no bombs remaining. I mean, we're one Guppy item away from the cursed room, but we know we got to play a self-sacrifice room, so it's a very tight play. Even becoming Guppy is not necessarily worth that much right now. The more important thing is just that we managed to find a way to finagle ourselves one floor deeper into the Labyrinth here. So we head down to the next floor, probably looking at like 24,000 or something like that. Yeah, 24,500. And then we will be looking for a self-sacrifice room, an AWAS rune, or a deal with the devil that gives us the shovel, golden teleporter, and then access to every secret room, or we're in trouble. That's, I mean, as simple as it comes. It is possible that we should have played the self-sacrifice room like 6 floors ago to get to the teleport, but I don't think they would do that. I should think that they would do that, but I don't. I really don't. Might as well at least check it. Yeah, I mean, we do probably want to play the Judgment in there. The other thing is we could blow up the Judgment for a better deal with the Devil chance, which gives us a better chance to get the shovel, which probably matters in almost no situations, but if it does matter, it matters a lot. Could be like a 15 or 17,000 point bump. Yeah, you got this. You got this. Good work. No deal. Which means now we're kind of out of luck. We need to look for a Joker card. I still don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. But I also still do not believe that they would not give us some way to get past this floor. It's just 2 duds too close together, and I saw people on the Greed Butt leaderboards had like, that's actually fine. Had like 50-something thousand. Okay, you know what? We got the keys. Wow. Wow. There's no way you're hitting those 50s without getting a teleport. I don't think I missed an AWAS rune, but, you know, you never know. It has been known to happen. I didn't go to absolutely every single room. That's a super bummer, mostly for morale purposes, but... Curse room. A curse room cannot hide a self-sacrifice room, but it could hide a teleport to the deal with the devil that has the shovel or something like it. So I think we do go to the curse room now. World. Ace of Diamonds. I know that it does nothing for us. So I think, if I remember the mental map of this, like, decently enough, there's really only the left available to us here. Almost hesitated too long there. I see a boss trap room, which I'm relatively stoked by. And then that might be it. You gotta check. Oh, dude. I mean, it's a little bit of a bummer. It's like you're trying to kill the daily series single-handedly. Like, I'm up here giving you gold, like, you know, off-the-cuff Kanye West lyrics that somehow seamlessly fit into the song at runtime. And you're over here, you know, giving me, you know, better run to mom's heart. That'd be fun. I mean, it is. It's Isaac. But I think we might be done and dusted. I mean, easy work day for me, I suppose, but I'm like a little bummed because, you know, hoping that wouldn't be just that. I mean, it's another probably not that great rating. I gotta be honest with you, not that good of a ranking. Probably got a self-sacrifice room right here, though. Okay. Not self-sacrifice, obviously a secret room. I think you reroll Steam Sale. The idea behind that reroll was, can you get the shovel from a shop? Or sorry, from a secret room? Come on, brain. Meet me halfway here. Brain, Brady, brain. I mean, I guess, like, this is my new strat, is give up a small amount of points to hopefully get a much larger amount of points in the future from somehow getting, like, a reroll into the shovel or something. I don't want to do this. Like, at all. But it strikes me as borderline sensible. We can pick up the HP first, it doesn't matter. They're going to take Spirit Hearts. Dude, are you actually, like, fucking me here? This is madness. If we can get 2 HP, that changes things. Okay, so, like, I want to reroll both of these. But I want to get this motherfucker to pay out first. Alright, you little bitch, just kill me then. There we go. Respawn with 1 HP. Grab this, and then we can use full health. Although I'd rather have a half heart. Oh, that's pretty sweet. So you get Sin Robes. You just gotta reroll it all. And we're out, honestly. Like, I know there's a key beggar there. I tried to say goodbye and I choked. I tried to walk away and I stumbled. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. We're not getting out of the womb 2 on this daily. So that's gonna be like another bad score. It's actually a good score. And I feel bad about complaining. I thought more people would have found a scene, but I guess there just wasn't one. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the daily. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.